Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this seminar about how to set up business in the UAE. My name is Mansi Gupta. I am the co-founder and owner of MS Global Business Solutions. I have almost 10 years of experiences in business setup industry and have handful multiple roles. Today, I am excited to guide you through the process of establishing a business in one of the world's most dynamic and rapidly growing markets. The UAE offers one of the most diverse and fastest growing economies globally. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you how many of you feel your business could be making more profits if taxes, regulations, or bureaucracy were not in the way? Be honest. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can keep more of your money, enter booming industries, and even run your business from anywhere in the world using the UAE as your global business hub. The truth is, the way many of us run our business today is outdated. Corporate taxes are rising, regulations are slowing down, banks are getting stricter, and payment gateways are blocking opportunities. Think about it. You work hard, you sell, you deliver, and then you hand over 15%, 25%, or sometimes 40% of your earnings to tax authorities. That's before counting compliance cost, licensing delays, and the limits of being stuck in one local market. The result: less profit, less freedom, and slower growth. The UAE flips that equation in most cases. You pay zero corporate tax. You can own your company 100% as a. You can set up in 2 to 10 days, not months. Banking is business friendly with multi-currency accounts and global payment access. And geographically, you are within an 8-hour flight of two-thirds of world's population. Sonia, I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, Mansi, absolutely.
Okay, so we were we were at the topic UAE. It's not just a place to set up a company; it is a launch pad for global business. UAE offers a unique business environment with a wealth of opportunities, whether you are a startup, a small enterprise, or a large corporation. Today, we will cover everything you need to get started, from choosing the right business structure to navigating the legal, financial, and regulatory frameworks. Our goal is to equip you with essential knowledge to confidently take the next step for the entrepreneurial journey in the Middle East region in the UAE. So let's begin with our slide and PPT. I hope you guys can see the PPT on the screen. So the first topic is key advantages of doing business in the UAE. Let's be honest. When we think of places that make business easier, faster, and more profitable, the UAE is right there at the top. And here's why. The first, the zero tax advantage. Imagine keeping more of what you earn. In the UAE, there is no personal tax and corporate tax are competitive. That means more room for reinvestment, more capital to grow, and frankly, a lot more breathing space for entrepreneurs. Second, the doors are wide open for investors. The government has streamlined visas, encouraged 100% foreign ownership in many sectors, and built a system that says, if you have a vision, we will help you make it happen. Third, world-class infrastructure. We are talking about airports that connect you to anywhere on the planet, ports that move goods seamlessly, and digital networks that rival the best in the world. Here, you are not just running a business, you are plugged into a global system that works. Fourth, location, location, location. The UAE sits right here, east meets west. From here, you can tap into Europe, Africa, and Asia within hours for trade, logistics, and even cultural exchange. It is unbeatable. Fifth, a business hub like no other. Dubai alone can attract entrepreneurs, innovators, and multinational giants for every corner of the globe. And with a fast growing population, your customer base is constantly expanding. We were at the fifth advantage of having the business in UAE. Fifth, a business hub like no other. Dubai alone attracts entrepreneurs, innovators, and multinational giants from every corner of the globe. And with a fast growing population, your customer base is constantly expanding. Sixth, opportunities in every direction. Whether it's finance, tourism, renewable energy, logistics, or tech, there is space to grow. And the beauty is you don't have to pick just one. Finally, the ease of doing business. The UAE ranks among most world's for world one of the best in the world for setting up and scaling up a company. The rules are clear, the processes are fast, and innovation isn't just allowed, it is encouraged. So, doing business here isn't just about opening a company, it is about stepping into an ecosystem built for success. And that's what makes UAE truly exceptional. Let's move to the next slide. Understanding the business structures and legal framework. UAE offers several types of business entities that you can choose from. The first one is sole establishment or sole proprietorship, as you must be knowing in your countries as well. So, in the UAE as well, a business that is owned and controlled by one individual and has a trade license that is issued in that person's name is referred to as sole establishment. It is considered as the most basic form of legal structure. So in case there is just a single person who wants to start his company and he is the only one who will be investing in the company, he can choose a sole establishment structure for him. The second type of company is civil company. A civil company is a legal structure for professional businesses such as consultancy firms, engineering practices, law firms, architectural services, and other similar professions. In such structures, the firm partners are sole owners of the company. So basically, if the partner is one or more, and if your business is related to some kind of consultancies, you can go for a civil company. The third and the most common type of company is limited liability company. A liability company, also known as LLC, is a popular type of business entity that combines characteristics of a corporation and a partnership. It is a legal framework that enables a people or businesses to create a unique legal entity to carry out business operations in the nation. The next one is free zone company. In the UAE, a company that conducts business inside a defined free zone is known as free zone company. The UAE government created free zones, which are designated economic zones, to draw foreign investment, promote corporate expansion, and ease international trade. The UAE has over 50 free zones. Each free zone is governed by their own rules and regulations. Free zone provide attractive options for foreign investors to set up their own free zone company in the UAE. Main benefit include 100% foreign ownership, 0% personal tax, no hiring restrictions, 100% exemption from import and export duties, access to international markets, and also a co-working space that a government offers along with the free zone license. Next one. Private joint stock company. A company with the following traits is referred to as private joint stock company in Dubai. It is owned by a non-government organization. Shares of private joint stock company cannot be offered to public. A private joint stock company cannot extend an invitation to the public to subscribe for its shares, in contrast to a public joint stock company. There must be a minimum of 3 participants in such kind of company. A company in Dubai must have minimum capital of 2 million. A private shareholding business must go by all the same rules as a public shareholding corporation, in addition to restrictions mentioned above. The next kind of company is public joint stock company. The UAE offers various types of corporate structures to commence a business, and one of them is a public joint stock company. A public joint stock company is a company where the capital is divided in equal shares and shareholders' liability is limited to the number of shares in the company. Also, the chairman and majority of directors in such company must be a UAE national who hold at least 50% of the company's share. This kind of company must have at least 10 founding members and more. Management must be delegated to a board of directors with a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 15 members. The required minimum capital to establish a shareholding company in Dubai is 10 million dirhams. Local businesses who tend to engage in banking, finance, or insurance must typically be run by a public joint stock companies, whereas foreign companies, businesses engaged in similar operations may open branches or respective offices in Dubai. There are various procedure and requirements that you need to prepare and take into consideration to successfully register a startup business in Dubai. Our consultants will help you throughout the entire process, from selecting the right jurisdictions for your startup, completing and draft the proper documentation to complete your business and office registrations. For example, if you are looking for full ownership, a free zone license might be the best option. However, if you want to operate directly in the local market without restrictions, a mainland company would be more suitable. Understanding a UAE commercial company law is crucial as it governs all business operations. This law provides the rules and regulations for setting up and managing companies in the UAE, ensuring transparency and protecting for both investors and partners. All the companies trading in the UAE need to adhere to specific regulations for business setup, business licensing, company naming, and business activities. To legally operate in the UAE, you need to obtain a business license. So now we come to the other topic, that is what kind of licenses the UAE offer. So it can be commercial, industrial, or professional, depends on the nature of your business activity. Let's dive into the licensing and registration process. Steps to get a business license in UAE. So I'll tell you what are the basic steps to register yourself in the UAE. The licensing process involves several steps. The first one is choosing your business activity. The second one is selecting a trade name that aligns with your business and complies with the UAE naming regulations. The third is preparing the necessary documents such as memorandum of association, shareholders agreement, passports, etc. Submit these documents to the relevant authorities, either the mainland, free zone, or the chosen type of company. It's important to understand the specific requirements of the free zone or the mainland you choose, as they may vary. For example, free zone may offer more streamlined registration process and incentives, while mainland business provides greater flexibility for operating within the UAE market. Step 1. Partner with business setup consultancies in the UAE. The first step in getting a business license in the UAE is to partner with a consultancy firm. So that consultancy firm will help you manage all the aspects of your business license application and company registration, guide you on all the documentations required for various governing authorities, and obtain approvals on your behalf. Second, choosing your business activities. As already said, outlining your company's business activities is essential for your business license in the UAE. Your business license enables you to carry out several activities, and you can select the business activities you wish to pursue in the UAE. You can also select more than one activity. Failure to list all your business activities on your business license application may result in penalties. So that is why it is best to partner with a company formation expert to make sure that your license application and business activities are aligned. Third, select the legal form. Selecting the legal form of business is essential for your business license. The following are the legal forms permitted in the UAE. So the legal form has already been discussed, that you can select from the bucket of legal forms, that is sole proprietorship, LLC, mainland, free zone, private joint stock company, public joint stock company. Also, we have to figure out what kind of business license will suit our business. So there are four kind of business licenses that are provided by the UAE government. The first one is commercial license for trading activities like buying and selling goods, industrial license for manufacturing, production, and industrial activities, Professional license for service-oriented business like consulting, law, medical services. The fourth one is tourism license for travel, tourism, and hospitality services. Okay, so when you are clear with the license, what kind of legal license you will be opting for, the next step will be choosing a trade name. Trade name will help, will the trade name that you register, you can use, it can be your name in the company's trade name, but you must use it in full instead of just your surname or initials. The business name must adhere to the UAE's naming policies, including that it cannot be any offensive or profane language or any references to Allah or Islam. You have to give us three trade name in order of your preferences. The fifth step is applying for initial approval. To do business in UAE, you must apply for an initial approval from the relevant authorities, that could be DD or Free Zone Authority. The initial approval means that the UAE government has no objection to your business. This step is vital in the process of getting your business license. However, this isn't a temporary authorization for you to begin trading. This is just an approval that you have to take from the government, but this doesn't mean that you can start the business immediately. You have to follow the further steps. So the next step is find a business location. Finding a business location in the UAE is pretty straightforward. There are business premises and offices types to suit every company, budget, and location. For your business license application, it is essential to include your business location's tenancy contract rental agreement. That means before starting a business in UAE, you also have to figure out where your office will be, and you need to attach that tenancy contract or rental agreement along with the documents for registration of your company. The UAE is transformed into a smart hub and an investor favorite business center for establishing a company. Co-working spaces in UAE are gaining popularity among investors. Also, the free zones and mainland provide co-working spaces at low cost for entrepreneurs. So if you are a startup or you just want to try your luck in UAE, you can opt for such co-working spaces that are very economical in cost and that can help you get started with minimum cost. So investors can get a co-working space in the UAE free zone by taking a virtual license and opting for a flexi desk or share office for their company. So basically the free zones, there are 50 free zones in the UAE, and almost all of them these days are offering a flexi desk and co-working space along with the license. So you don't have to worry about the office space and the cost associated with it because it comes along with the license in free zones. Getting government department approvals. Depending upon your business activities, you will need additional local or federal government authorities approval. These approvals range from municipal departments to federal departments regulating specific business activities and industries. This step includes registering membership with the UAE Chamber of Commerce. You will need to apply to the relevant emirate your business operates in. So there are additional approvals that are involved depending on what kind of structure and form you are choosing for your business. Not all kind of business require additional approvals, but specific businesses require such kind of approvals. Understanding the business license. So we'll come to the documentation part now. What documents are needed to get a business license in the UAE? Setting up the business in the UAE isn't too complicated process. That is, if you know what you are doing. The following are the documents required to get a business license in the UAE: a completed business license application, a memorandum of association completed by all shareholders and partners of the company name approval from the UAE's registry office, passport copy of all shareholders and partners. So the next question is, how long will it take to get a business license? Once you have completed the business license applications, received your approval, it can take between 15 minutes to 4 weeks. So your license can come in 15 minutes and up to 4 weeks, that is maximum. Each license type has a different processing duration due to various government approvals required. To legally operate a business in the UAE, you need to obtain a business license that we know. So right now we covered what are the documents required, what are the approvals required, what are the business location that you will be needing. So once you submit all the documents and the application will be processed in, as I said, 15 to 15 minutes to 4 weeks, you are okay to go ahead and set up your bank account and start your company then and there. So the next topic that we will be taking in consideration before setting up a company is financial and tax considerations. So in this slide, I will introduce you how and what type of taxes are there in UAE. The first one is corporate tax. As of 1st June 2023, the UAE has introduced a federal corporate tax of 9% on business profits exceeding 3,75,000 dirhams, approximately $100,000. So for profits below this threshold, the tax is 0%. Certain sectors such as natural resources extraction may be subject to higher rates at the emirate level. Additionally, qualifying free zone companies can still benefit from zero tax rate provided they meet specific regulatory requirements and do not conduct businesses with the mainland UAE. That means if you register yourself in a free zone company and you are also trading and your business is in some other free zone company or outside UAE, then you are not eligible to pay corporate tax. The corporate tax will be applicable to you only when a free zone is trading outside the free zone, that is in the mainland. Only those businesses, only those invoices will be subject to corporate tax. Also, corporate tax is not on what is your turnover. No, it is on the profits that you will make. The second kind of tax is value added tax. The UAE implemented a 5% VAT in 2018 on most goods and services. Businesses with annual revenue exceeding 3,75,000 dirhams are required to register for VAT. Those with revenue between 1,87,500 and 3,75,000 have the option to register voluntarily. So if your revenue is lower than 1,87,500, you don't need to register for VAT. But in case your revenue is between 1,87,000 to 3,75,000, you can voluntarily register for the VAT. Business must maintain accurate records for their transactions to comply with VAT regulations and file returns periodically. So once you are registered with VAT, you have to maintain proper invoices, proper filing, and you have to do the filing on a regular basis. The third kind of tax is personal income tax. There is no personal income tax in the UAE, which means that business owners, employees, and freelancers do not pay tax on their salaries and personal income earned within the country. And the next kind of tax is custom duty. The standard custom duty rate in the UAE is 5% for most goods imported into the mainland, although this can vary depending upon the type of goods. Goods imported into the free zones are generally exempt from custom duties. So one more benefit of forming a company in free zone is you don't have to pay the custom duty either. But duties are applicable if the goods are transferred to the mainland. So now we will come to the business setup options. The business setup options that we have is, I will tell you, we have to choose between mainland, free zone, or offshore. So there are three kind of companies that are formed in the UAE. The first one is mainland companies. The mainland companies allow you to operate throughout the UAE without restrictions. However, they are subject to local regulations, including the new corporate tax laws. Setting up a mainland company may require partnering with a UAE national Sometimes, if you want to form a mainland company, you need to have a partner who is a UAE national, and he will be holding 51% of the shares in your company, depending on the sector. The new commercial companies law allow 100% foreign ownership for certain activities and sectors. So now the government has relaxed their law, and even in mainland, you can have 100% ownership of your company. Before it was 51% should be owned by a UAE national, but the government has relaxed this law, and only for specific industries and specific businesses you need a UAE local partner. Otherwise, you are the 100% foreign owner for your business. Second is free zone companies. Free zones are designated areas that offer incentives such as 100% foreign ownership, 0% corporate and personal taxes, simplified custom procedures, and no currency restrictions. However, free zone companies are generally limited to operating within the free zones or internationally. To conduct business in the UAE mainland, they may need to establish a branch or work with a local distributor. This means if you have a business, for example, you want to run a laundry business, you cannot run in a free zone license because a free zone is a designated area, plus you cannot deal on the mainland. So activities like laundry or a restaurant can only be opened in mainland. Offshore companies. Offshore companies are used mainly for international trading, holding, and other activities outside the UAE. They do not have any physical presence in the UAE and are not subject to UAE corporate taxes, but they also cannot conduct business within the UAE mainland. So basically, it is found for international trading. That's all. So the third kind of consideration we should keep in mind before or during establishing a business is financial consideration. The capital requirement. The minimum capital requirement varies depending on the business activity and the chosen emirate or free zone. Some free zones have no minimum capital requirements, while others may require a specified amount. So basically, in case you do not have any investment, then also you can start your business in UAE. Second, banking. Opening a corporate bank account in UAE may require submitting various documents, including companies' incorporation documents, business plan, and proof of address. The procedure may take several weeks due to compliance check. So banking is something that you need to consider before starting or planning to start your business in UAE because it is a complicated process. And also it is a time-consuming process. The third thing, accounting and bookkeeping. UAE businesses are required to maintain proper accounting record for at least 5 years. This includes maintaining financial statements in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards. The last one is audit requirements. Most businesses in the UAE, especially those registered in free zone, must undergo an annual audit by a certified auditor. Mainland companies may also need to provide audited financial statements depending on the size and nature of the business. Conclusion. Starting a business in the UAE offers many opportunities due to its strategic location, low taxes, and investor-friendly environment. However, understanding the tax implications, regulatory requirements, and financial obligations is essential for a smooth setup and ongoing operations. Consulting with local experts, such as legal advisors, tax consultants, and business setup specialists, can help navigate these complexities effectively. So now we will cover the topic for free zone versus mainland. What are the pros and what are the cons of free zone and mainland, and which kind of business you should select. So one of the most critical decisions you will make is in choosing between setting up your business is a free zone or the mainland. The choice between setting up a business in UAE, in the mainland, or a free zone depends on your business goal, target market, and regulatory preferences. Here is a detailed comparison of the two. The first one, ownership structure. Mainland. In the mainland, businesses in the mainland, also called onshore companies, are typically required to have a local sponsor or a Emirati partner who holds at least 51% of the shares in the company. Although 100% foreign ownership is now allowed, in certain activities. The type of companies that can be 100% foreign owned are specified by the UAE government. Businesses with local ownership may still have access to more sectors and activities without restrictions. So basically, advantages of setting up a business in the mainland is, first, now you can have an 100% ownership in the mainland. The second one is, if you want to operate in the local market, in the local sector, if you want to have government contracts, you should always go for a mainland company. Free zone. Free zone allows for 100% ownership, 100% foreign ownership with no requirements for a local partner or sponsor. This is one of the key advantages of setting up in free zone. In free zone, there is no restriction on the kind of shares you will be getting. It will be 100% foreign owned company that you can have in a free zone. So you have to consider whether you are okay with giving 51% of the holding to some Emirati local, or you want to have 100% control of your company. The second is business activities and scope. In the mainland, companies are licensed by Department of Economic Development of the respective emirate and can operate anywhere in the UAE and internationally. Mainland businesses can engage in a wide range of activities, including commercial, professional, and industrial services. They can do business directly with the UAE residents and companies located both within and outside the UAE, including government entities. As I said earlier, there is no restriction if you have a mainland license. You can operate anywhere, inside, outside, and even in any international market without any barrier. In free zone, companies are restricted to operating within their specific free zone or internationally. They are not allowed to conduct business in the mainland without the help of a local distributor or setting up a branch office. So for example, if you are a free zone company and then now you want to operate in the local market, you have to appoint a local distributor or set up a branch office of your company, and then only you can operate in the mainland. Each free zone is usually designed for specific type of activities or industries, such as media, finance, trade, logistics, or technology, and business activities may be limited to designated focus of the free zone. So activities like IT, e-commerce, media, these are the best activities that you can do in the free zone license, because you don't need to actually operate on the mainland. Your services are generally online, or maybe it is covering the international trade, and you don't need any specific approval to come on the mainland license. The third one is office space and physical presence requirements. Businesses must have a physical office space within the UAE mainland. So in case of a mainland license, you need to have a proper physical office space. The size and type of office depends on the business activity and licensing requirements of the DED. There are no restrictions on the location of the office, which provides flexibility to set up in any part of the UAE. So for example, if you are opening an office in the mainland Dubai, there is no restriction on the location. You can open the office anywhere in the UAE mainland. Free zone. Free zone typically provides a range of options for office space, from shared desks to fully fledged offices and warehouses. A physical office may not always be mandatory depending on the business type and free zone regulation. So these free zones are now also offering warehouses and facility, shared desk, and also a fully fledged office if that is required. A physical office may not always be mandatory depending on the business type and free zone regulations. So in case you are a startup and you do not want an overhead cost, you go for a free zone license, take a shared desk and start your business. You don't have to worry about the monthly rentals like you have to worry in the mainland license. However, business must have a registered office within the specific free zones in which they are licensed. So there is another thing that you need to keep in mind. In case you are registering in a specific free zone, your office must also be situated in the same free zone. But now also the government has relaxed. In case you want to operate in the mainland, or you want to open or take an office outside the free zone, There are few free zones that give you a no objection letter, and then based on that, you can take a shop or an address outside the free zone also. Goods imported into free zones are exempt from custom duties. However, if goods are transferred from a free zone to mainland, a 5% custom duty is applicable. So one of the most best advantage of opening a company in free zone is you don't have to pay the custom duty. So for example, you have a license of import and export, so you can have a free zone license, take a warehouse in free zone. You don't have to pay custom duty. And in case you are exporting it to the third country, then you save this 5% custom duty. But in case you want to trade this item or the products inside the UAE in the mainland, then only you will be applicable for the custom duty, which is 5%. Otherwise, you don't have to pay the custom duty. Regulatory environment. Mainland companies must comply with the federal laws and regulations of the UAE, which may include local sponsorship requirements, labor laws, and other regulatory standards set by the relevant authorities. They are subject to greater scrutiny and must adhere to UAE-wide laws, such as VAT regulations, commercial company laws, and federal corporate taxes laws. So in the mainland, the regulatory environment is a little stringent, and the laws that you need to follow are more compared to free zones. In the free zones have their regulatory bodies and framework, often providing more simplified and business-friendly regulations. Free zone companies enjoy more relaxed rules regarding company formation, visa issuance, office space requirement. However, free zone companies must still adhere to certain federal laws like AML regulations and are subject to regulatory oversight of the specific free zone authority. The next topic is visa and employment. So once you take a license in the UAE, you also need to take a visa for the director or owner to have a bank account. So the first requirement of opening a bank account in UAE, you must have one visa. So in this slide, we will cover what kind of visas we have. The UAE. Securing the right visa is crucial for both you and your employer to legally live and work in the UAE. The UAE offers several types of visas, including investor visas, employment visas, and partner visas. The process generally involves applying through the relevant authority, providing necessary documentations, and undergoing medical tests. Recent changes in visa regulations have made it easier for entrepreneurs and investors to obtain long-term visas, which are great for business stability and planning. We will walk you through step-by-step application process and help you understand the latest updates in visa rules. There is another visa that has become very popular in the UAE, that is Golden Visa. This long-term residency program lasting 5 or 10 years is designed for investors, entrepreneurs, skilled professionals, and outstanding talents. It provides security, stability, and the freedom to live, work, and study in the UAE without the need of a national sponsor. It also allows you to sponsor your family members and, in some cases, even domestic staff. The Golden Visa is not just a permit, it is a door to a permanent stake in one of the most dynamic economies in the world. In short, whether you want to grow your career, expand your business, or make the UAE your long-term home, the country offers clear, structured, and rewarding pathways. The message is simple. If you bring skill, vision, or investment, the UAE brings opportunities. So basically, investor or employee visa is of 2 years. This visa is valid for 2 years, and then after this tenure, you have to renew the visa. For getting the visa, you have to travel to the UAE, you have to get your medical done, you have to apply for your biometrics, and then your visa is issued. The process of visa also takes, be it employee visa, be it investor visa, it takes approximately 5 to 6 days. So in case you are planning to set up your company in UAE and you have to go back to your own country, you have to plan a trip of at least 5 to 6 working days in the UAE to get you the visa and necessary documents before going ahead for starting a banking application and running your business diligently. So that's all for today. Now, I'd love to hear your questions. Tell me about your business type, and I'll tell you whether UAE could be the game changer for you. Now that we have covered the core elements of setting up a business in UAE, I invite you to ask any questions you may have. This is your chance to get clarity on any specific concerns or areas you need more information about. After our question and answer session, we will have a networking opportunity where you can connect with other attendees, exchange ideas, and perhaps even form new partnerships. I encourage you all to make most of the time. In conclusion, setting up a business in the UAE is an exciting opportunity, but it requires careful planning and understanding of local landscape. So please go ahead with your questions. I am very happy to answer all your questions if you have.
So can I request my participants, whoever is going to go first, can raise your hand so that we can put you directly to Mansi, and we can unmute you also, and you can ask your question directly, or you can also put down your questions in the question answer round, in the chat box or question answer box. Uh, is Mr. Karthik? Please unmute him.
Hi, Karthik.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes,
Hi,
please
good
ask your
evening.
question.
Ma'am, I am running the construction interior business in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Now I'm planning to do it in UAE, ma'am, as the construction is very high in that UAE.
Hmm.
For that, what are the requirements I need for that, ma'am?
So the requirements are you need to take a business license here. So because your industry is into constructions and you might also take some government contracts in future, you should always go for a mainland license.
Okay.
Okay. For taking the mainland license, you have to follow the procedure as I said to you. And for more details, you can connect with me or any of the Udyamita Helpline member
Okay.
to help you with the step-by-step process that you need to follow, and what will be the fees required will also be told to you in the same conversation.
Let me tell me in brief, ma'am, that how much it will cost for a license.
It totally depends on how many visas you need.
At present, I need only one visa, ma'am. For that, that is for me. Later on, I will extend that to according to expansion of my business.
Okay, so I'll give you a roughly idea. It could be more, it could be less also.
Okay.
So for a mainland license, it will cost you around 16,000 dirhams.
Okay. 16,000
Okay.
dirhams.
Yes, and that is a government fees.
Okay. Okay.
I am not telling you any other service charge. So at least 16,000 dirhams is required to start up a construction business here in the mainland.
Okay. Okay. And the rest about the office rents are all excluded, right?
Office rent, yes, it is excluded. But there is an option wherein you can take a flexi desk, and it is a one-time fees that you need to pay, and you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And how many days it will take, ma'am, for everything, the process and everything, if I get ready with my amount and everything?
It will take 3 to 4 working days once you submit all the papers. So it is up to you. Once you have all the documents ready, we will submit it. Once we submit it to the government will only take 1 or 2 days and issue you the license. After that, for visa, it will take 5 to 6 days.
Okay. And one more question is that I already incorporated the company with India, ma'am, Incorporation of India.
Hmm.
And again, I have to incorporate with UAE government, or I can use these documents in UAE.
No, you cannot use those documents in the UAE. For operating in UAE, you need a UAE license.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kartiji. Is there anybody else? Anybody else would like to ask? Amanji, please unmute Amanji so that he can ask this question.
Hello.
Mansi, a few, yeah.
Uh, yeah, so we are a drone delivery OEMs and service providers in India, and we are willing to have some onboard some channel partners in UAE. So, what will be the procedure for that?
Channel partners for what? Can you be a bit louder because your voice is
Channel partners for drones,
okay,
supply
drones.
of drones, yes, and providing drone as a service.
Okay. So basically, what we do is we help you set up the business and we help you getting the licensing done for
Is there any license required for channel partnership?
yes, for sure. In case you want to do business with some entities which are already in the UAE, the first thing they will ask is where is your license? So license is the basic requirement that is required.
Okay. In case we
Also, it totally depends on companies to companies. There are companies who are internationally based. For example, they have an office here, but they operate internationally. In
Mhm.
such kind of cases, maybe India's registration will also work. So it totally depends on which company you are dealing with.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mansi, we have few questions in the chat box also. I think not in the chat box, but Q&A box. So meanwhile, somebody is there to ask a question. You can answer those. Just have a look there. Mohan ji, would you like to ask your question? Yes, please unmute him.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello.
Very good evening. Please ask your
Yeah.
question.
Right. So my question is related to this free zone company. For example, if we are starting a free zone company, any sort of free zone company, later on, if we wanted to upgrade to a mainland, will that be possible?
Yes, it is possible.
Okay,
There
with
will
the
be
same.
additional charges, but it is possible.
Okay. So what is there any in that case? Is there any investment or anything else that we need to show, or any the previous business track of record or anything that we need
Yeah,
to show?
basically, you might be, because it depends on what you have already done, they might ask your bank statements and the proof of business.
Okay. Okay.
So,
And
how much
secondly,
business?
this
Yeah,
yes,
please
yes.
go ahead.
Okay, the golden visa concept you told, right? So this will be applicable even if we are starting a business in free zones also, right?
Yes. So, for example, if you buy it's for having a golden visa, you have many criterias. So, one of them
Okay.
is if you own a property of more than 2 million dirhams in UAE, you can apply for
Okay.
golden visa. Okay, also there is for businesses also, for example, I don't remember the exact amount, but if you have a turnover of approximately 2 to 3 million dirhams, then also you are eligible to apply for the golden visa.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
And
also,
if
yeah,
yeah. Yes, yes, please go ahead.
also if you are having a very good position in India, you are the CEO or you are doing something for the society which is well recognized, in those cases also you can have a golden visa.
Oh, okay. I see. And this services business, like the virtual services or everything is an online or a back end knock center. If in these sort of business, if we are starting here, the free zone company allows to do this services to the mainland, right? Only condition is not to sell any products to the mainland. Is this what
Correct.
correct or even sell?
Correct.
Okay. So
Absolutely correct. So
right. So
basically,
I'm
if
actually
you
planning. Yeah.
yeah, if you want to take a shop, a physical office, for example, you want to do a restaurant business or you want to sell something and you want to take a shop in in Dubai, then you are not required to do. You are not allowed to do it with a free zone license. Otherwise, service there is no restriction. You can open a license and
Services there is no.
provide service anywhere,
Oh,
any part of the world.
okay, I see. And also, if we are planning some business either in a mainland or in a free zone license, free zone companies, will we be eligible to like go for loan in the initial stage or
No, at
through the
least
bank?
6 to 8 months it will take for a bank for you to build credibility with the banks, and then only they will give you even the credit cards. Initially, you won't get any loans or anything.
Okay, so minimum it will take 6 to 8 months.
Yes, correct.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Monji. We have Aniket ji. Aniket ji, yes, please. Good evening. You can ask your question.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please ask your question.
Thank you. Like you said, for a service business, a company registered in free zone can provide services in the mainland also.
Yes.
So like we are into construction or turnkey projects wherein we provide supply and installation services.
Okay.
So whether if I had set up an office in free zone, would I be able to provide services in the main land?
Yes, absolutely. If you are into a service industry and you are not taking any government contracts, basically you are selling your products, right? So in that case, free zone license is good for you.
Okay.
You can.
I cannot take government contracts, but I can take private party contracts.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So basically, nothing should be done on the UAE mainland. For example, if you are planning to, build roads or do some construction or make a building in the UAE in Dubai, then you cannot do that. If you are selling your products, like you said, then you can do it anywhere. There is no restriction.
And then, like someone approaches me to set up their own factory, might be in free zone or in mainland, so I would be able to do that, right?
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, is there anybody else who would like to ask any kind of query or question regarding to the topic what we discussed today, or you want to know about any litigations or certificates, anything, please ask now.
So basically, I can see one question that I would like to answer. Hi, Dhaval here. I own IT business in India and have couple of customers from UAE and Saudi. I am not planning to relocate to Dubai, but might be doing some business trips. Approx revenue is $50,000. What could be one-time and recurring compliance cost? Also, will I get taxed here in India once I bring the profit to India at the end? So basically, there are ways wherein you can avoid this double taxation. In case your income is earned in UAE and it is earned through UAE, you are taxable in UAE only, not in India. So for example, if you want to bring that profit to India, you can show it as you are transferring it to your parents or maybe to the expenses that you did in India. So there are ways how to handle this tax and benefit from not getting taxed twice. Once only, because in Dubai you won't be taxable. So if in case you have few customers, you can always go for a free zone license. It is better. It will save you a lot of taxes, and you will have a visa which is valid for 2 years, multiple entries. You don't have to pay the fees again and again. So the best is, because if you apply just for visa, it will be around 9,000 dirhams. But in case you want to take a visa and a company also you will incorporate, it will cost you around 12,000 dirhams for a free zone license. So it is always better to have a company here, save taxes, and then do your business instead of just taking the visa. Service visa is allowed up to what time? There is no such service visa. There is investor visa or partner visa, and it is allowed for 2 years. And after that, you have to renew it. There is another question that I cannot understand. So, if Indian company not transfer decided shares amount in UAE company because of the bank account is not opened at that time. So, if somebody has this question, can you please explain what you want to ask, because I'm unable to. This is Asmita Shelke.
If you're still there with us, you can ask, please.
There is another question. How to start CA practice here? So if you want to start your CA practice here, firstly you need to come here and you have to see the market, and you have to take a license for sure, and then you can make clients and start it. So even for CA practice, you have to take a license. Take a simple license. You can take a free zone license. They will also give you a flexi desk, and you can start. There is another question. We want to start sales in the UAE. Initially with distributor, and later after market research, we can look for our own operations. What would you suggest? So what will you be selling in the market? I would like to know this first before answering to your question. So I would like to know what product will you be selling? And in case you are you want your own operations to be here in UAE, you can do that. If it is a normal product, you can take a free zone license, take a warehouse there, it will be cheaper, and start your distribution.
Is something, yeah, actually, right from Indian RBI Bank, and I got that.
So there is another question. Is golden visa affects my India citizenship and the Indian benefit received by me? No. The golden visa is completely independent of your Indian citizenship. The golden visa is just the visa. You don't get UAE citizenship with this visa. This is valid only for 10 years max. So you will still be an Indian citizen. If anybody would like to start their business in UAE, you can clearly reach out to us. Right now, you might not be having more questions, but later, in case you have any doubts, you have the number in the chat box. You can contact us and get your queries resolved. And I will definitely say, if you are willing to start your business, go for somebody who you know already, because there are scams which happens here. So, and all the process initially is online. So in case you are incorporating a company, you will be paying in advance. So it is always better to go for a renowned choice instead of going with somebody you don't know just because they are cheap. So before going ahead, before spending money, you have to keep in mind that you go and you set up your business through a reliable source. Sonia, I don't think any other question is there. So we can wrap up this.
Mansi, is there anything else you want to say as a closing thing, or you want anything to be marked here? Since I think these participants are not having any other further question, but still, like Mansi mentioned, if you happen to ask any of the questions, you can write interested in the chat box here, or we have already pinned our email ID, that is Udyamita Helpline email ID. Also, the number has been mentioned. You can get in touch with us to get in touch with Mansi. Okay. So it could take a day or so also, because it will then depend upon the availability of a time, right? So if there's any other question, you can email also. You can check Mansi's website, and she would be happy to address your questions and answer you on email as well. Is there anything else Mansi would like to add, please?
So I am putting my website on the chat box. Okay. And
Okay,
also
Mr.
thank you for
Nair, who would like to ask, I think. Yes, Mr. Nair, good
Yes, hi.
evening, and you can ask your question, please.
Yes, ma'am. So I am planning to open a pet boarding and daycare center in Dubai. So
Okay.
I've been to Dubai twice now, and I plan to start something on my own. Basically, it's not with a partner, just using
Okay.
my own capital. So I got a few quotations for the Rakesh, like Russell Khema free zone, regarding the business setup and stuff. So I'm just still a little confused on as to how to go about it, whether the quotations are good, and about
So you liked Rakesh the most, or you got only Rakesh's quotation?
right now I only have Rakesh quotation. Yes.
Okay, basically you can consider some more quotations, and also it's better you contact me because you will be opening a daycare center in the mainland, right?
Yes.
So you have to consider whether you need to take a mainland license or a free zone license, because if you take a space in mainland, Rakesh will not give you NOC. You need to ask them in case you are opening in Rakesh. You please ask them. I want to take an office or a place, what a daycare center in the mainland in Dubai. Will you be
Yeah,
allowing
basically,
that? You need to ask this question from Rakesh or
got it.
somebody who
So
is offering you this quotation. So in
so
case the answer is yes, then only go for it. Otherwise, you have to take a mainland license.
okay. So I plan to like lease out a villa to get started, basically to get my foot in, and then depending on the potential, I can go for a warehouse or something like that. Because for warehouse, I heard there's an additional 21% fee involved to the government, and which was
Warehouse for what? Daycare.
yeah, for basically a pet day boarding, like not just day boarding, daycare, and long term thing also, like for 6 months. A lot of like parents keep their pets for 6 months, more than 6 months. So a long term thing basically for
Okay.
dogs and cats both. Yeah.
Okay. 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 You can connect with me also, because we have tied up with all the free zones and mainland as well. So right now, before going ahead, you need to ask them whether you can take a villa and start your business, because it has happened with many of my clients. They take the license, and then they came to know that, oh, I cannot operate in the UAE with this license. You got my point. So you need to
Yeah,
ask
so
them, or you can connect with me also after this session. I can
sure,
guide
I'll
you
do that.
better.
My
Yeah.
main confusion primarily stems from the fact whether a commercial villa, like what's the difference between I can still do this in a residential villa, because I've heard a lot of people, it's a common practice where they're doing it in a residential villa too. Using the license, like obviously I need that pet care license, plus I think permission from the government authority,
Correct.
one government authority regarding the pet care thing.
See, basically, for setting up a business here, you need a commercial place only. Residential
Okay.
places don't work at all. But
Okay.
still, people are doing it. What they do is,
Yeah.
during the application process, they put
Mhm.
some other tenancy contract, and then they
Okay.
operate with this residential building. You can
Okay.
do it, but in case government caught you, you will be penalized.
Okay. So
So
you would
there
not
are
recommend, right?
regulations. Yeah, it is not allowed legally.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I have a few other questions. Like you said, I'll be in touch with you on your contact number and also your website. So I'll
Yes.
contact you and we can go proceed from there. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
answer.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dipesh. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So is there anybody else who like to ask? Yes, Mansi, you were talking about your website or something. Would you like to conclude the session, please?
Yes. So in case anybody wants to see what we do or how can you reach, you can reach through Udyamita, and our website is also there, www.mansamaglobal.com. You might get some insights, and that's all. Thank you for attending the session for today. It was my pleasure for giving such, opportunity, or you can say such, for meeting you all and answering your questions were a kind of blessing for me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mansi, for joining us and taking out time for being so patient and, letting people know what all formalities and everything is legal and happening so people can, actually look into the right thing and move ahead. Being with Mansi is like being in safe hands because she is here to guide you only. Okay, she can hold your hand until you get your results. So thank you so much once again, Mansi, for joining us, and we'll be having you once again soon. Because I see there are a lot of people who are there with the queries, but probably it's not coming to them right now. But I'm sure listening to each other have solved a couple of their problems. So once again, you can get in touch with Mansi through the website email IDs, or you can get in touch with Udyamita Helpline, and we can let one of our team member get you connected with Mansi according to her availability. So thank you so much for joining, Mansi, once again, and thank you all the participants for taking out your lovely time and being here at this portal for making your queries clear and learning more about the things and which are already available. Okay, but it's just that we don't know about it. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be seeing each other very soon once again with another speaker or maybe on another topic. You can let us know in the comments. Is there anything else which is stopping you somewhere in the business and you want expert advice? We'll help you with that also. Thank you once again. Have a great time. Have a great weekend and happy Independence Day. Thank you.
Thank you.